My name is JD Bradley, and I've had a hell of a life that's given me a unique perspective and crazy stories that I share here.
Funny story about a crazy girl I used to hang out with sometimes. When I got out of the army, I hung out with a couple girls, Carrie and Kelly. People always called Carrie careless and Kelly behind her back clueless, because she was a bit clueless. But she was awesome in her own fucking way, although she was definitely fucked up crazy. But anyway, she had come over to my apartment one day and brought some weed, and we were getting high, and then I remembered I had to go to the mall. And so I said, hey, do you want to go to the mall with me? And she took absolute offense. And she was like, I don't want to go to any fucking mall. Which I found odd, but okay, whatever. So she eventually left, and I can't remember if I went to the mall or not. But I mentioned this to her friend Alan, one of my favorite people ever, rest in peace. And he said, oh, you didn't know about that. I said, no, about what? He said, oh, you couldn't have. You were still in the army then. I said, what are you talking about? His response was, well, Kelly busted for shoplifting in Shopko, which is kind of like a Walmart. It's the only one I've ever seen anywhere, though. But apparently it's a chain. Anyway, so he goes, just as she got to the door, security had waited for her. And they said, stop right there. Because they have to do that to be sure you're shoplifting. And so she took off running. And so they took off after her. And she found a car that the doors were unlocked. 8 doors unlocked. And she got in the car and she locked the doors. And they're like, ma'am, come on out here. And she's like, I'm not going anywhere. She's freaking out because she's not a very particularly bright girl. But anyway, eventually the owners of the car showed up and unlocked it. And she went to jail. But here's the funny part. When she was running away, when she had just broken to a good stride and looking backwards, a photographer from the paper, the local newspaper, took a picture of her looking back in horror with 1 foot up in the air and 1 foot on the ground, and it made the front page of the newspaper. Local woman caught shoplifting. And so she was permanently banned from the mall and had this horrible experience. But anyway, so I was like, really? That's crazy, man. I said, I wish I sure had a copy of that article. And Alan said, well, I got a copy of that newspaper. I saved it. And I said, man, I'll give you $100 for that. And he was like, well, I don't know, man. I kind of want it. I was like, dude, $100. And he was like, yeah, okay, $100. And again, this is in the early 90s, so $100 probably like, oh, $300-400 now. But anyway, so I got it, and I cut out the article, or the article and the picture, and I framed it, and I kept it in my apartment just because it was funny to me. And she didn't come by very often, and apparently somebody told her about this frame thing that I did. And so on a rare occasion, she came over and she brought some weed and we got high. And I'm not sure if she came there with this plan or not, or if she saw the picture. But we get good and fucking high, right? We're having a good time. And then she goes to take a piss, and then here, smash! She had smashed the glass of the frame and ruined the picture and the article. Don't entirely blame her. It was kind of a dick move on my part now that I think about it. But anyway. Crazy girl I used to know. Actually, still know technically. I flew up there a couple years ago and tried to hang out with her, but she's been spun out on meth for, Jesus fucking Christ, 20-something years. So she's pretty well damaged, but like Rocky said, life ain't all sunshine and rainbows. But anyway, it was kind of a funny story that I thought I'd share with you. I hope you enjoyed it. Have a nice night. Said, if you enjoy the things that I do or any particular episode, please share and recommend my podcast. And also check out jdbradley.com. And I also have a web page or a Facebook page that's doing pretty well. JD Bradley. Imagine that. Totally searchable. Thank you very much for your time and listening. I hope I kept you entertained.